Hi everyone, this is Melanie Webb with Ellington Properties, and I want to talk to you today about something that can be a huge advantage for homeowners over 55 in California, and that's Proposition 19. If you've been thinking about downsizing, upsizing, or moving closer to family here in California, this is something you are going to love to learn about. So here's the big picture. If you're 55 or older, Proposition 19 allows you to transfer your current property tax to your new home. That means instead of getting hit with a much higher tax bill when you move, you may be able to keep your low existing tax rate. And here's what makes this really powerful. You can move anywhere in the state of California. You can use this benefit up to 3 times. And it applies whether you're downsizing or even if you're buying something more expensive. So let me give you an example. In this example, I'm going to be using round numbers and assuming that most counties have a base tax rate of around 1% of assessed value. Let's say you've owned your home for years and your property tax bill is based on a value of $300,000, making your yearly bill around $3,000 or $250 a month. Say you sell that home for $700,000 and you buy a new home for the same amount, $700,000. You transfer your old tax base to your new home and keep paying that $3,000 a year tax bill. Without Prop 19, you would have had an increase in property tax of about $4,000 a year for a total tax bill of $7,000 a year or $583 a month. That's a big deal. Now, if you buy a bigger home, you don't get to just transfer the old tax base. The county will calculate the difference in the amount you sold your old home for and what you purchased your new home for to determine your base tax rate. But it can still amount to a big savings. This is really a game changer for a lot of the people I work with who move up to these communities like Sun City Roseville or Sun City Lincoln Hills. Because for years, people stayed in their home not because they wanted to, but because they didn't want to incur that larger tax bill. Prop 19 removes a lot of that fear, and it gives you the ability to use your equity so you can downsize, upsize, move closer to family, or just simplify your lifestyle. Now, important to be aware of some things because there are some rules, so please pay attention here. Number 1, timing. You generally need to buy or build your replacement home within 2 years from the time you sold your first home. You must apply for the benefit. This doesn't happen automatically. You have to go through your county assessor's office, and it can take 6 months or so for them to process the application. If you buy a more expensive home, you can still transfer the tax base, but your taxes will increase based on the price difference. It has to be your primary residence. Both the home you sell and the home you buy must be your primary home. If you eventually downsize to a cheaper home, you won't get a further reduction in property tax rates. Prop 19 protects you from increases, but it does not reward you for downsizing multiple times. Not all situations are simple. So if you're dealing with a trust or an inherited property or partial interest in a property, you'll definitely want to get some guidance because the rules can get a little tricky. Bottom line, Prop 19 is one of the biggest opportunities for 55 plus homeowners in California right now. It removes a financial barrier and gives you more freedom to move when it really makes sense for your life. If you've been wondering if moving is even possible for you, or if you'd like to see what the numbers might be for you and your situation, please feel free to reach out. It's so helpful to get accurate information when making decisions. And if you found this video helpful, please stay tuned. I've got lots of good information coming your way about different 55 plus communities and strategies for getting into one of them that fits your needs.